TTRLA, man, we are back with another clip. You know what I mean? Amen. Say, man. Go ahead and like, subscribe to shit on my channel. Like, subscribe to shit on my channel, motherfucker. I'm gonna give you 2 seconds. Alright, you should be good, man. Alright, this is the YNW Melly murder trial update. So, as we know, the trial was a mistrial. The Melly murder trial was a mistrial. And so it was a mistrial and it wasn't dismissed, which means that the judge is given the opportunity to the state to come back in it and provide and come back with a better case, present new evidence if possible. But one of the most interesting things about this case is that the prosecution wants to do a dual jury. Now, in the state of Florida is very famous for a dual jury. The biggest case in the state of Florida for this dual jury scenario was the United States versus Sidman, where 2 people were accused of armed robbery, and they had a dual jury, and both were convicted, and the conviction was upheld. Now, the issue with having a dual jury is that you face the Burton rule. Now, the Burton rule was another case that was tried by dual juries. Now, in the dual jury, right, when you are defending yourself against a dual jury, what can happen is you can have the case. Severed from your co-defendant's case. Now, if the co-defendant, which happened in the Burton case, makes an out of the court admission to guilt, the prosecutor cannot use that admission against the other person that is being tried with the co-defendant, that the 2 defendants that made the case, one of the defendants that made the out of court admission. So in the Burton case, what happened was one of the people made an admission to, because both people were accused of stealing from the postal worker or something like that. So the prosecutors used that in the case, but then the judge had to tell the jury. So during the trial, the judge says, "Hey," to the jury, one of the juries that was hearing the prosecution's case. The judge says, "Hey, you cannot use what the postmaster said about the admission," and so at the end of the trial, both end up getting convicted, but Burton's attorney ended up getting the ruling, the conviction overturned. He got set free, and one of the reasons why he got set free is because they tainted the jury. You know what I'm saying? They tainted the jury by even saying that, by even having that postmaster testify as to what the person said or admitted. And so I feel like in this case of YNW Melly, it's the same thing, because one person is being accused of the crime. One person is saying they're innocent, and the other person is saying, and they're saying that the other person is guilty. So if they do a dual trial, I think it'll still be a mistrial. I don't think that the jury would convict either one. Well, if they convict one, they can't convict the other, so it'll be a mistrial. I mean, they can't convict. I don't think they can convict. In this case, I don't think they can convict one without convicting the other. So I think it would be a bad situation if the prosecution decided to go forward with the dual trial. But it seemed like they going forward with it. I don't know. I feel like Melly definitely, in this situation, after hearing this, I feel like he definitely may have an opportunity to go home. But in the trial, I mean, in the hearing, the judge basically was telling the courts to get their stuff together and when they want to start the trial date. And the trial date just so happens to be on Melly murders, one of his defense attorney's birthday. So he was like, "Surely, Your Honor, I don't want to be here for my birthday." And then some big black nigga come screaming, "Free Melly!" I'm like, oh shit. This joint was funny though, but I think Melly about to go home though, Slim.
What you have in this paper case, so you're think about it, talk about it. And I know you just indicated to me that you had, off the record, you said you had a seminar that you want to go to and just sit around. I try not to interfere with that stuff. And I want to do it.
I expect that by the end of the day that I will be on the team again.
3 minutes. Are we able to pick a date today, or you don't want to pick a date? You want?
Let's pick a date. Proposed as October 2nd. That's also the date of the co-defendant, so we can try to together.
You good on October 2nd?
Well, we can't try them together because they're seeking death on our client, and they're not seeking death on the other client. And Judge Siegel indicated that he was not going to do dual juries. And I know there was, many years ago, the trend to do dual juries, but for the last, I think, 3 to 5 years, it's shown that it takes longer and more complicated and raises more issues to have dual juries. So I certainly object to that. And
That's not interesting.
yes, sir.
My recollection is, you correct me if I'm wrong, there was a motion to sever and Judge Siegel severed the case.
Yes.
So there's no motion to put it back together, so that, not something I'd address unless you state's interested in doing that. We can talk about it, they have a motion, they'll give you a chance to review it. So, have to do research on it myself, yes, I'm one of the law clerks get involved in it. I'll be with you. So that's not on the table. I'm not going to really rule on that type of issue now. So, when you want to set the case?
October 2nd, that's available. October 2nd is fine. I believe she'll have more to do with Mr. Haddad. We can trial dates, but we'll take the 2nd and they can go after us.
Even though the day before that is my birthday, I can't imagine celebrating my birthday by being can't get any better.
So, anything else to discuss?
Yes, I did file a motion early this morning, Judge, sorry about the lateness, if you would entertain it, or if you want me to reset it for next week. I haven't read it, so.
Pardon me?
I have not read it for 2 minutes, so I can read it. If I just orally would do it, I did ask last week at the conclusion, we were told about the mistrial, about redeposing Detective Moretti pertaining to some of the testimony that he testified to.
That's Dr. Kristine.
Yes.
I've seen the motion, I've read it, I don't have any issue handling it. If the state's on board agreeable, but not.
He's still up, you know? That's your life.